Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and right here I have $5. Don't believe me? Well, this is $2 and this is $3, so 3 plus 2 is 5. Fact has been proven. And in this video, I'll teach you exactly how to make $1 million by just investing $5 a day. And by the way, I hate to be that guy. Yeah, just $5 a day. Stop drinking Starbucks. Don't buy that coffee. Just do this instead and you'll be a millionaire. I hate to be that guy, but the answer is, yeah, it is true. And don't worry, I'll teach you how. But then again, I'll teach you exactly why you really don't want to do this that way. Because let's be real, guys, in the world of investing, time on a watch really does matter. Because for example, would you rather have $1 million right now or when you're 60 or 85 or whatever? Honestly, obviously, the sooner we get that money, the better it's going to be. So although in this video, I'll teach you how to do it with just $5, I'll also teach you another way to do it that takes a lot less time, but it's a shortcut. And this shortcut is not like, hey, it's actually a lot easier. No, it's not easier. It's a lot harder. And that's why most people don't take this shortcut, because it requires a lot of sacrifice. But if you watch till the end, you'll know exactly how to get it done in case you're interested and you're crazy like us, the long-term team on this channel. Now, if you guys are new here, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified, and on top of that, also destroy the like button. If you guys don't know why I asked, because basically YouTube requires these analytics in order to push this video further and all that good stuff. So liking the video really does help a ton. Now, the first thing is, Tommy, how exactly can I get $1 million by just investing $5 a day? Well, all you need to know is these 4 things right here. I know for a fact everyone likes like, oh, just 3 things or just one little rule or like 3, you know? No, this is 4, all right? It's 4. It's not 3. It's 4. And these 4 things are basically low-cost index funds / ETFs, the 4% rule, a Roth IRA, and lastly, compound interest. Now, before you click off this video saying, Tommy, I didn't come here for a whole like lecture, the answer is no, don't worry. I'll tell you what this is in less than 2 to 3 minutes, I promise. So first things first, okay? First thing, Roth IRA and index funds and ETFs, okay? So the big reason I push Roth IRA is because basically, by the way, it's a retirement account. You put money into it, then you pick your investments. And if you want to pick the one I have a link down below with my exact portfolio, with my exact investments. You want to copy me investment per investment. But the idea is that $1 million in a Roth IRA 20 years from now is $1 million, meaning no taxes whatsoever because you're investing after-tax money. But $1 million in a 401k or traditional IRA is actually more like $700k because they will tax you in the end. So that's why I always push the Roth. And on top of that, index funds and ETFs, the big thing is basically, instead of picking one stock, you're picking basically a lot of them, meaning you're diversifying, and that way you don't carry that much risk. So my portfolio is made out of a bunch of index funds or ETFs, okay? So if you want to open up a Roth IRA, I recommend you do it with Vanguard, and that takes Google Vanguard or Google M1 Finance and then click open Roth IRA, and that's it. And you select your investments. If you want to copy mine, feel free to do so. The link is down below, and there's no email, there's no phone number, there's nothing. It's just a free link, and you see exactly what I invest into, and it makes around 11%. Now, second thing is this: compound interest and also the 4% rule. Now, compound interest, to explain it in the simplest way possible, is, for example, okay, imagine this $10,000 is actually $1 million. It's not. It's 10,000. Says it right there. So if I gave you 10% every single year on $1 million, how much would you have, okay? If I gave you 10% on $1 million, you're gonna make 100K every single year. Now, if I use simple interest for the next 10 years, how much will you have at the end of 10 years? Well, if you calculate 100K every single year in profit for 10 years, that adds up to $1 million. So $1 million I had plus $1 million now in profit, that makes $2 million, okay? Very simple. However, if I use compound interest, it would actually be 2.5 million. By the way, I think if you were in person right here with me right now, I would be hitting you in the face like this. I don't know why all this hand movement, but yeah, compound interest would actually be 2.5 million. How? Because basically, if you have $1 million right? And you make 10%, now you have 1.1 million. So now when I pay you 10%, I'm paying you 10% on that 1.1 million, meaning now you're gonna be making $110,000 for the next year. And then next year you'll make more money and more money and more money. And that is what compound interest is. And when we're investing, we're getting paid in compound interest, which is amazing. And the 4% rule, again, simple stuff. It means that if I'm paying you 10% and you're only taking out 4%, what does that mean? It means you're still allowing your money to keep growing, so you'll never run out of money. Boom, bam, pa-ti-ta-ti-ta. Okay, told you, less than 5 minutes and you know exactly what these 4 things basically are. Now guys, you're probably wondering, okay Tommy, but I get that, but what about the actual $1 million by investing $5 a day, which by the way will give you $109 and around 52 cents a day for the rest of your life in passive income. So how do I get there exactly? Well, obviously, if you open up a Roth IRA and you invested $5 a day into your index funds or your ETFs, okay? And you made around 11%, which by the way, my portfolio makes around 11.47%, but let's just make things a lot more easier. Let's just call it 11%. And by the way, $5 a day is actually like around $150 per month, okay? So total, here, we have this. We are investing $150 a month, and we are making 11% every single year in compound interest. How long will it take us to get to $1 million? The answer is 39 years. 39 years. So if you're 20, you'll be 40, and if you're 60, you'll probably be dead. I'm just being real. I'm sorry, okay? But this is why I don't like this plan. Like honestly, it just sucks, okay? So 4 facts here, guys, is first fact is life expectancy for us men is 75. For you women is around like 80. So congrats on that, okay? I mean 85. So is it 85? No, it's 81. All right, so there you go. I got the math here, got the numbers here. Numbers don't lie. So yeah, it's actually 81. On top of that, fact 2 is $1 million today is not really $1 million 39 years from now. In reality, it's only going to be worth around $381,000. If you don't get that, it's the same idea behind, remember when you were like 5 years old and like a bag of Doritos used to be like 25 cents or like 10 cents, but now it's like $1.50. If you go to Whole Foods, it'll be like $4. Same thing. Things get more expensive. It takes more money to buy the same things, meaning that your money loses purchasing power, meaning that $1 million in 39 years is only really worth around $381,000. So kind of sucks, honestly. And on top of that, third fact is most of this money is not gonna go towards vacation. It's probably gonna go towards healthcare. Unless you look like Mark, which is like a 60-year-old man that actually has abs and looks better than me. But for most of us, that's not really gonna be the case. And last fact is, it sucks, okay? And I told this plan to my uncle, my rich uncle, which by the way, this guy is my mentor. Trust him a lot. He's in his 40s and very wealthy. And I was like, yo, I found this plan, yo. It's only $5 a day. I'll be like 60, because I was like 20 back then, but I'll have $1 million. And he just literally laughed in my face over the phone with his friend and told his friend, did you hear this plan about getting rich by the time you turn 60? And they're like, ha ha ha. And I kind of felt like trash, okay? Because again, the plan sucks. It takes way too long. That's what I don't like about it. So if it does suck, what is an alternative here? Well, the alternative is very simple. You get rid of this arbitrary, stupid number of $1 million because it really doesn't matter. You don't need $1 million. What you really need is to have more money coming in passive income than you're actually spending. And you know, the idea that, well, if I retire at 40, I don't have a job anymore. No, you can still work. You can still have a job you actually enjoy. It doesn't have to be like, I'm just gonna sit here, watch TV, go on vacation for the next 40 years and it's gonna be great. It's probably not. I'm serious, okay? So I'm still gonna have my job when I retire, okay? Just being real. But how do we work this plan, okay, guys? Well, this plan, again, is a 4-step plan. Again, people love like these 3-step plans and stuff like that, but mine is 4 steps. It's not 3 steps, it's 4 steps. And actually, it doesn't start at step 1, it starts at step 0. You know, I'm just changing up the whole structure of lists, okay? That's my goal. But this plan is very simple. Step 0 is you get a budget and you cut out everything you don't need until you're not broke. So right now, if you are broke or you're not financially free just yet, you're broke, okay? We're all broke. at least for right now. But the goal is you cut out all of the things you don't need and you only keep the things you actually need. So what are those? Shelter, utilities, grocery, transportation, everything else, cut it out. Second step, or first step actually, you see that whole thing kind of turned on me right there? But yeah, first step now is you cut out your debt. Why? You want to pay off your debt using the avalanche method. Look it up on YouTube. I have a video on it. But the reason is basically debt steals away your cash flow. All that money that's leaving your wallet every single month towards that credit card, that car payment, is just stealing money from you. So you want to pay that off. And usually people are making less money from their investments than they're actually paying in debt. So it doesn't really make any sense. It's like, hey, I make 5% over here or 11% over here in my portfolio, but I'm paying the bank like 15% or 24% on this credit card. You see, you just can't get wealthy that way. So you pay off the debt first, no investing just yet. Second step is you save for emergencies, 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses. Why? Because at some point, life is gonna slap you. And when it slaps you and it crashes into you, you wanna make sure that you have a seatbelt on, a safety bag. What do you call those safety bags, things that explode in your face when the car crashes? A bag? I don't know what it's called, I'm sorry. And you also want to make sure you have a safe car. So when you get crashed into, kind of like folds, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you're not a car person, you don't really get it. But yeah, kind of like folds and stuff like that, you keep safe, okay? That's the point. So an emergency fund is going to protect you. Step 3 is when you actually start investing. So now you start investing not $5 a day, which by the way is not that bad, but honestly, it's not that great. I'm just being real. It's not that great. You're actually going to invest 10 to 20% of your income. And for most of you guys out there, that's going to be around $300 to $600 per month, okay? If you make around $3,000 every single month, okay? So again, between 10% to 20% of your income invested into that Roth IRA or your retirement account. And that money is going to grow, again, tax-free. Do the Roth. I love the Roth. And invest into the index funds. That way you're diversified and you don't carry that much risk. Don't forget about that. And while you're at step 3, save up for a house. But listen closely here. The house you buy cannot be more than 1/3 of your monthly income. So only around 33% of your monthly income. And it has to be on a 15-year mortgage. What does this do? It limits you to a cheaper house, meaning you're gonna be done paying it off a lot sooner than the average person. And if you have extra income left over, you throw it over to the mortgage to be done with it a lot faster. So if you make $1,000 per month, you have $333 to cover all the home expenses like mortgage, not utilities, mortgage, maintenance, taxes, insurance, HOA, and everything else. That's the idea. 33% is your actual budget. Don't listen to the bank. They just want your money. You want what's best for you, so don't listen to them. Now, let's say, for example, again, this is just shortcuts. And step 4 is, I know you've been waiting for that one, is you just enjoy. You keep investing and you just keep enjoying your money. That's step 4. But that's a shortcut. And this shortcut is a shortcut, but guess what? It takes a while too, but it's pretty hard to actually do. It takes money management, it takes a lot of grit, and it takes time and patience. And most people, they don't have most of those, okay? So what would happen if this plan took you 20 years, for example? By the way, it can be done in less time. Trust me, it can be done in less time, but it does take a little bit more work. But overall, if it did take you 20 years to do this plan, 5 years to pay off the debt, save for emergencies, and start saving up for a home, and then another 15 years to pay off the home and keep investing, in reality, if you were investing, let me look at my math here because I don't want to lie to you guys. So if you were investing that $600 per month, around 20% of your income for the past 15 years, guess what? You would actually have in 15 years around $274,000 actually invested. That's a lot of money because using the 4% rule, you remember that one, right? Where we take 4% of the money because it's making us more money. Well, that would actually give you around $10,000 in passive income every single year. But that's not all, because in that time, you have no debt. So nobody to pay anymore. You also have an emergency fund, security, and you also have a paid off home, meaning your cost of living is super low. So you have this 10K coming in, passive income. You also have your job, which you love, or you have the option to actually quit and get one you actually love now. And guess what? You're still investing money, but because you're taking 4%, you're still making more money every single year, which means every single year you get a raise in the passive income. Now this plan right here, this like average plan, this average shortcut takes 20 years. But if you did it even more faster, meaning you just went heavy on it, well, in reality, it could take you like 5 to 10 years. And that's a really short time. And I'd rather 10 times this plan than to be, for example, 60 years old and then have $1 million. And guess what, guys? If you stopped investing after you have that 274K and you still take out 10K in passive income to do whatever you want with, well, in the next 20 years, you're gonna have around $1.2 million because again, the money is still growing. That's the magic of this plan, guys, okay? So that's what I'm doing. That's what I do. And that's why I just can't stand that whole plan of like, hey, I'm gonna wait 40 years or 39 years, okay? I don't like it. And by the way, this plan, you still have a lot of enjoyment to actually do because it takes you a while, but at some point, you get to actually enjoy more of your wealth a lot sooner. That's what I love about it so much. But that's it, guys. Comment down below and let me know, are you gonna do the $5 plan or are you gonna do the plan I just gave you? And by the way, that's the long-term team plan, which of course is on the way for this plan. But for right now, again, everything I do is for free. But that course will be more detailed, so wait on it. Coming pretty soon, long-term team. But overall, comment down below any questions, any comments, you disagree with me, you don't like me, comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow though. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, just DM me on Instagram, TommyBryson, or just talk to me on the phone for free. Link down below. Or here is another video, and over here is my face. Click it, see what happens, and long-term team out.